Okay, this is one procession of the equinoxes. It takes 26,000 years roughly to equal that time as a great year. Now, if you add the world ages up at 5,125 times 5, you're going to come to 25,625. But the understanding is that it is commonly rounded to 26,000 years because we're dealing with such great expanses of time. So this whole cycle is based upon the precession of the equinoxes. 5 world ages fit within this 26,000 year cycle. This is the last world age of which we're in right now. This is the focus and understanding. From this point, this direction is Pisces. From about this point, this direction is Aries. From this point to here is one world age. Our starting point is about 3014 BC. Our ending point is 2012. Now, this is that world age cycle which we see being represented and symbolized with the destruction of a serpent at either end. And of course, we showed you the parameters of that within the Hebrew Bible. Now, what you don't understand at this point is how I've come up with the number 72 to times the 70 generations. I'm going to share that with you. It's based upon the knowledge of precession. So when we do that, it comes to 5,040. So at this point right here, we're starting our 5,040 because we see the binding of the serpent is done somewhat a little time into the beginning of the age at about the time of the generation of Enoch. So we have a little bit of a shorter world age which fits perfectly into our world age cycle, of which the Hebrew narrative is claiming the serpent is about to be loosed in this judgment, and then of course he's going to be bound for a little period again. Matches up perfectly everything we're saying. Now the judgment period is the 13th Baktun. Now a Baktun is 394 years long each, or each is 144,000 days long, which is our biblical significance here. This is considered the 13th Baktun, and this is the period of judgment before the new age shift. So in this area here, we would be considered the dawning. The dawning of a new age is what fulfills our understanding of the Ouroboros. The Ouroboros is simultaneously life, death, and renewal. Well, the dawning is both simultaneously the day and the night. The twilight is both simultaneously the night and the day. They occupy the same space, thus complete the cycle of the serpent eating his own tail, meaning the birth, life, and renewal, or the birth, death, and renewal of this age. All of this is aligning at the Dark Rift. The Dark Rift is considered the galactic center. This is the Milky Way. This is also known as the Serpent's Mouth. And this is where all of this cosmic alignment of these individual cycles of time are taking place. So we complete one 26,000 year cycle at this time. We complete one world age cycle at this time, both Mayan and biblical, and we're going to get to the 72. We complete the 13th Baktun. We complete another larger cycle, which is at 104,000 year cycle, and they are all converging at about the same point of time on the same day at December 21st, 2012. The long count calendar starts at 3014 BC and ends at this period here, which is what gives us the timing for the world age. So understand what we're dealing with. Now let me read to you what precession is. Because of the peculiar or the particular movement of the Earth's pole, the sun crosses the equator at a slightly different point every year. With the passing years, this point shifts from 1 degree approximately every 72 years and shifts signs approximately every 2,100 to 2,150 years. This movement is what's called precession of the equinoxes. A complete cycle lasts around 26,000 years. So that's about all 12 signs. So think about this. That's precession of the equinoxes, and I'll come back.